Hey everyone, I'm going to be explaining how to play Divine Wrath, Catharsis, the sagas, and all of that. I'm going to be doing a full playthrough on normal mode of Valentina with, she's from chapter 1, and this is the orc from Divine Wrath, the vessel. So I'm going to explain how to set up the game. Each player is going to grab a character deck, so I grabbed the vessel. And you're going to grab their respectful roll card. She has a unique roll card because they're double-sided. Most roll cards are just one-sided, and the back is the flip ability goes to exhaustion, and they don't unflip until you spend morale. But I'll get to morale later. So you pick a character and you shuffle. You shuffle the deck. You draw 6 powers. You lay out 6 powers. You already have your player deck set up, and if you need, you grab like respectful tracking. She tracks. So here's a nice little magnetic tracking. So she'll use that. So you'll set the deck here, grab your 6 dice. Here's a special dice for her character, matches the symbols on her cards. And then we will be grabbing a boss deck. Every boss deck is different. They're all completely unique. No 2 boss decks mix and match. I grabbed Valentina because it's still traveling and it's the one I have with me. So I will also play Sophia in the next video. That's chapter 2, but let me go over this. So some decks you shuffle, or you grab the boss out, you shuffle, you put the boss on the bottom. Some you follow a setup card, like her. She has a setup card, so this is like an adventure deck, so it plays in order. It's every deck's pretty narrative, but this one's even more narrative focused since you go different paths and choices, and based on your choices, it will tell you to go to different cards, and there's 6 different endings, and etc. etc. So depending on which boss deck you grab it, either put it in order or follow the setup card. So you can see like different endings in this deck. You're gonna set those aside. Setup cards. You're going to grab the morale tracking. So this is, every boss has their own morale rules in Divine Wrath and the sagas. In the base game of Catharsis, all the bosses use the same morale tracker and the morale rules. So how does morale work? Well, when you spend morale, you get to... Well, let's talk about damage and combat first so we can explain morale in a better way. So let's grab a monster and explain how combat works. So here's the Tiger of the Night. It is a monster, and you can see that each monster has 12 health. To damage monsters, we're going to be using our powers to prevent damage, to heal, and do other effects. These are the abilities that we have, and this is a power as a whole. As you navigate through this deck, you're going to be encountering traps, events, specials, treasures, monsters, and tons of other card types. We've really expanded on the card types as we delve into the sagas and Divine Wrath. So as you can see, you have 12 health. This is their damage. So you can see you roll a die and you do their damage effect based on that. And it has a special, so if it's night, it attacks before the players. Usually players act first and the monster effects happen, and then you have a refresh phase. So when you are in combat with a monster and you want to deal damage or prevent damage, because you know this tiger is either going to deal 1 damage to 1 player in a solo game or 3 damage to 1 player in a solo game, depending on the role. So you may want to go for some damage prevention. But, so I'm going to be rolling my dice. And let's say, for example, I rolled a 2, 3, and oh, it goes here, boom. And I want to activate this power. Well, I activate the power, I deal 2 damage, I gain divinity equal to damage dealt. This is the divinity. By other abilities this turn. So I don't gain divinity from this attack. This will flip over, it'll become exhausted. Let's say I use these 4 remaining dice, activate this deals 6 damage. So it would be down to 6 health. I would gain 1 divinity plus 6 more for or 5, because there's a max 5 for that damage effect on it. So I would go up to 6 divinity. This ability would exhaust. And then I would go back to the Tiger of the Night over here. I would roll to see how much damage it does. Well, it only does one. So how do I take damage? Well, this is your damage as well. So now I have to decide, okay, I will take damage on this ability. Cool. I'm 3 powers down. I can go to the next round of combat if I feel safe. Like, do I think I can kill it next round? What if I exhaust 2 powers and it does 3 damage to me? What if next round what happens is I only do 4 damage to this thing? So say I did 4 damage. I exhaust 2 powers, do 4 damage. It still has 2 health left. And then it rolls a 4 and does 3 damage to me. Well, I would take 1 damage here, and then I would have to discard 2 powers permanently. These never replace. So essentially you have, you can say 12 health, but 6 before it starts disappearing. So these are your abilities to activate to do effects, but it's also your health. And how do you unflip? Well, this is where this comes into play. Every time you spend a morale, every card for all players unflips, including your roll card. Morale is the only way roll cards can unflip. There are other ways to unflip abilities. The other ways to unflip abilities are healing. Some characters have healing effects. And each time you kill a monster and combat ends, you get to heal 2 powers. So I can heal 2 when I kill a monster. So I would, if I had 2 abilities flipped over, I would heal, and I would go back to full health. So I just want to show you. So there's like traps, and since this deck is themed around day and night, different effects happen based on day or night. Traps are usually like you choose an effect or you roll, like here you roll a die to kind of see what happens. Trap. You're going to choose an effect here, and night something else happens. At daytime you choose one of the effects. So there's events. So yeah, every boss deck is completely unique and has its own narrative to play around. Catharsis has 12 boss decks, and each boss deck takes anywhere between, I'd say, if you read the flavor text, an hour to an hour and 30 minutes. If you don't read the flavor text, you can get through them in about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on if you have like support characters in the game. If you have support characters in the game, there's going to be more communication between the players. But if you're just playing solo, you can get through it pretty quickly. I will say that. Cool. So that explains how combat works and how setting up the game goes. So let us just jump into a gameplay, and I'll just show you how to play as we dive in. So we're playing on Darkness 2. I'm going to play normal mode. So I don't want to play hard mode because it would take a really long time, because hard mode you have to encounter every card in the deck, and there's even some bonus cards set aside that makes it way harder. So we're going to go ahead, and I'll even read the flavor text, and let's play through this whole thing how it's meant to be played through. Monster raids on numerous communities have occurred over the course of the past year. Tens of thousands of lives have been lost, and the saddest part is that the souls are unable to depart because of Valentina's presence. She steals the souls and puts them inside her creations of darkness. These spirits cannot find peace while trapped, and instead are subject to her whim, existing in slavish agony. The creations powered by souls are being sent to numerous villages to kill more people, giving Valentina more souls to build her army. But the shamans and mages of the towers have determined that simply killing these monsters will just leave the souls tormented. In order to pursue these creatures of the night and carry the souls to paradise, Ninan, an expert in collection of souls, has assembled a team. This team has been given a variety of tasks, accumulating with finding Valentina and putting an end to her reign. Ninan, being an expert in the collection of souls, decides to lead a group to hunt her down. He assigns different duties to the members. This group has been tasked with hunting down Valentina while others defend the town. Set aside all darkness cards. If Ninan is in the party, roll a die. He starts with half the rolled number rounded up of souls in addition to his starting souls. So, very cool. Ninan is like the character that goes with her deck, so he gets some bonuses throughout the deck, but we're not playing Ninan. And then we go to Introduction 2. Valentina is a being of the night, and she infuses the love of darkness into all of her creations. For her living servant, she She bequeaths artifacts that allow them to thrive in the dark. Even her traps overflow with magic, tinged with the essence of darkness. You would normally mock such slavish devotion to one theme, but her focus on it has clearly been working, and it makes any encounter during the night much more deadly. Set this card aside as a reminder. At the start of the game, choose if you will face Valentina in normal mode or hard mode. Well, I'm going to choose normal mode. So at night, monsters deal +1 damage and have 1 armor, and armor is, so if I deal like 5 damage, if I deal 10 damage in a round, 1 gets absorbed by armor. So that would only deal 9. Roll a die. On a 1 to 3, put darkness. I'm going to choose darkness 2, so everybody have that out. It tells you what to remove, etc. So I'm going to set this aside as a reminder over here, and we're going to encounter the next card. From the start, Valentina has no compunctions about killing, and she is happy to use that fact to her advantage. As the town council requests to protect all people is almost complete, horrific howls are heard both near the town and far away in the direction of the next village. Valentina has apparently decided to send her monsters in 2 directions, forcing you to make a choice. Do you stay to protect the village, or do you rush towards the next? On the one hand, the village is home of the people who called for your help, and they are terrified that their families will be killed with no defenders. But without moving forward, you have no hope of defeating Valentina. If you stay, you will have to rush afterwards to try to stop on Valentina's trail. On the other hand, staying here means that Valentina is able to wreak destruction elsewhere, setting more traps and inflicting death and pain on other villages. Either way, innocents will suffer, but doing nothing will lead to Valentina winning. You must choose. So I'm going to lead the charge and go to card 5. If playing hard mode, I will read that. So if playing hard mode, you choose to fight off the nearest foes buying the town some time, and then you will have to rush again. Proceed to card 2. Cool. So I will skip to card 5. So I skip coffee tea time, monster tiger of the night, creature army, and we have our first encounter, or combat. So this guy has 10 health. We got this little health tracker here, so let's set that up. He has 10 health. Let's read his flavor text. You hurry out of the village, worried that you're losing ground. Valentina has had too much time to prepare for you, and you look around, surrounding foliage, for any traps she may have hidden, or beasts skulking in the shadows. What you weren't looking for was a large contingent of bandits in the middle of the road. Whether sent by Valentina or just unfortunate timing, these men and women look at you, or whether you gear supplies with avarice. One particularly burly man steps forward and begins loudly demanding your goods or your life. But you don't have time for this. You charge forward. The combat bandits pose little challenge, but the leader is a force to be reckoned with. So he has 10 health. We set the 10 health up. Now we're going to roll to see if it's a day or night. Remember, on a 1 to 4, it is night, and a 5 to 6, it is day. So this is a day encounter. So we get to, at nighttime, they get to go, so this guy has a special. If you read at night, the monster attack phase occurs before the player attack phase. So good thing is we get to go first. He does 2 damage to me, and his special is at the start of each round, each player places one of their die on this monster. Well, great. It is the start of the round. I place one of my die on this monster, so I already only have 5 dice to work with. I'll set my vessel to 0, my divinity to 0, and I will begin combat. Okay, and remember always to read the specials before you start the encounter and the damage, because they may have stuff you have to do before the combat. So let us, do we have anything here? We got 3 2s. 2 and a 6. Well, we could go for the 6 damage here. But we need a 5. I don't really want to go for the risky play. Okay, sure. I think I will go for this, though, praying. Praying is gain 2 divinity. I will flip this, gain 2 divinity. Oh, and I didn't really explain her role card, but she becomes a vessel of her god. So she gains divinity, and she can spend divinity on herself, or she can use divinity to let her god into her body. So she can use divinity, spend divinity once around. And some of the effects are like adjust a die to any value, 1 divinity, or unexhausted power. So I will be nerfing this character a little bit. I think she's a little bit strong, but for now, I'm going to show her off. Okay, cool. I'm going to use that effect to actually adjust any, I'm going to spend 1 of divinity and adjust any die to any value. So I'm going to go here and adjust this to a 5. So I will deal 6 damage. And I activated this without using rerolls, so I actually gained 3 divinity. So normally you get 2 rerolls, so I would reroll my dice twice. Yahtzee-like mechanics. But I don't need it this turn because of my... and that's one thing I'm going to change, is this will go from 1 divinity to 3 or 4. I think it's too powerful to adjust any die for only 1 divinity. But for now, it is in the game, so I will play with it and kind of play test the character throughout this video with you guys. So it is one of the new characters, so I want to make sure she plays, you know, she's fun but also balanced. So we do 6 damage, he's down to 4. And at least it's not nighttime, so he's not going to do tons of damage. So, but he's going to do 2 damage to us. I'll take the damage on this power and this power. Well, I'm not very confident in going into the next round and trying to hit these powers because I'm going to be down to 4 dice. I'm going to spend my morale, my darkness, and I'm going to unflip everything. And we need to remember different effects happen, so at 21 an effect will happen. So cool. We are up to, we're back to full, we're down 1 morale. He's at 4 health and he's going to take another die from us. So we're going to roll these 4 dice and see what we can do. Okay, I like this roll because I can use this to funnel more divinity. I do like doing that. I'm just going to set this here for now to make sure I can actually, because I want to do 4 damage this round. I could go for this to do 4 damage exactly. This is harder to go for. I don't really have anything, a 2, 2, 5, 6. I think I'm gonna have to go for this. I got the 4s, and I could always adjust. Well, I could already get it because I could spend 1 divinity to adjust the die. So, but is there a better alternative? I don't think there is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this here. No, hold on. I'm going to try to go for it first, and then if I have to adjust, I will. So let me re-roll. 3, 2. I'm just going to try to re-roll this for 3. I did not get it. So I'm going to spend 1 divinity, drop this down to 3, and adjust this to a 3 with my spend 1 divinity. And I'll activate this power. I gained 3 divinity, and I do 4 damage. I use reroll so I don't gain the bonus divinity. This exhaust. He dies. I get my dice back, and we resolve the undefeat effect here. So undefeat is you breathe heavily as you consider victory. 1 player may take this card. You may discard this card during a future combat to gain 2 wild dice for the round, or to prevent 1 morale loss. That is great. So I'm going to set that aside over here. You guys can't see it. Sorry about that. And we're going to go to the next card. So this is number 6. This creature only has 7 health. It does 2 damage to the party. Oh, let me read its flavor text. Based on what numerous shallow graves and several massive pits that would have likely been used for the same purpose, these bandits were planning to kill quite a few people. Odds are that their "your money or your life" speech was given to attempt to disarm you before killing you. Glad though you are that they are now dead. The bodies are attracting more than a few Karen feeders. One in particular attracts your attention, a black wolf that even as you watch seems to eat nothing. No, not nothing. There's a faint sign of a soul sliding down its gullet. It appears that Valentina has altered even the beasts of the land with her magic. Sorry, I'm pretty tired. I just recovered from COVID, so my voice may sound horrible and I'm not reading very clearly, but I'll do my best. Okay, so 7 health. Set this here. And set this to 7 health. And let's go ahead and roll our die. Oh, I would have healed 2 for killing the boss, and we would have unflipped that. I could have unflipped 1 more if I needed to. So, awesome. Let's go. Wow, we might be able to get this one. That's good to do later, though. We do have 3 4s. Do we have a 5? We don't have a 5. I'm going to re-roll these and go for this. This is 6 damage. Oh, sorry, I need to, before I do my re-roll, let me roll for day or night. The night effect is the first attack by each player deals no damage to the wolf. That is kind of important. It is night. So, I want to do a low damage ability. So you know what? I'm going to spend 3 divinity. Because 3 divinity I deal 2 damage. That is my first attack against this creature. So, it doesn't say ability, it says attack, and damage is attack. So, and it does have 1 armor as well, and does +1 damage. So it is dealing 3 damage to me. So always remember the roll for the day and night mechanic. So this thing just got a lot stronger. Cool. So I still want to go for this, because this will do 5 damage to it, and because I'll get through that 1 armor. So, but you need to remember I can't adjust the die to any wild anymore. So that's not good. Okay, let's re-roll these. We're going for a 5. Awesome, we got the 5. So I'm going to activate this ability. He's going to go down to this deal 6 damage, 5 because of the armor. So he's down. He's down to 2. This will exhaust. I gain 1 divinity. I use reroll so I don't get the bonus. I can't spend divinity anymore. I will use her vessel form later, and I'll explain her vessel form when I get to it. That's when you get enough divinity, you can flip your roll card and become your god. It's a very cool effect. I'm gonna stack it up till I get to a harder fight. Okay, still got 2 dice left and 1 reroll. I could go praying, gain 2 divinity. Let's see if I can kill this guy. I could do this, gain 1 divinity, deal 1 damage, but that's not helping me. I cannot kill him this round unless I go for a straight reroll and go for this 2 damage. You know what? I'm actually going to go for it. So I need a 2 and a 6 on these dice, and I would kill him. If not, well, I tried. I got a 3 and a 5. Absolutely horrible. So, oh, a 3 and a 6 would have done it too. So close. So I can't spend divinity anymore. So, great. I only activated 1 ability. He's going to deal 3 damage to me. And remember, I have to always get through 1 attack before I damage him, each player. Okay, well, I'm spending my morale. I'll go down to 23. I'll unflip everything. So again, morale in group play unflips everything for everyone. So, okay. It's got 2 health left. And we're going to roll. I could have used my bandit card to get more wild die, but I don't think it's worth it at this point yet, because it's not like a super tough encounter. I just need to, let's see. I'm going to go for this just to deal 1 damage. Well, I didn't get any 4. Because this will deal 1 damage and get an attack off. I'm going for a straight reroll because I really want a 4. I don't want to spend my divinity for that. Okay, cool. I got a 4. I will deal 1 damage. So that doesn't do anything because the first attack doesn't do anything. Now I need to do 3 damage to kill him. To kill this wolf. To kill the woofy. Okay, what should we go for? This I could do 2 damage on a 3 and a 6, or just any 3 dice. I would like to go for, what about this? AABB, I gain 3 divinity, and yeah, that would be ideal. So, but I don't have, I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have a straight 2, 2, 5, 5. So there's not much. I guess I could do this because this does 3 damage actually. My dice are covering it. So boom, boom, and 2, 4, 5, and boom. So I'm going to activate this, but I'm going to go for a reroll to try to get a 4 to gain some extra divinity here. I did get it, so cool. So what I'm going to do is trigger this first, gain 2 divinity. then I'm going to, sorry, yeah. Now I'm going to trigger this, deal 3 damage. I get through the 1 armor. And if you activate the ability without using a roll, it gets gain +2 divinity. Well, I didn't, so unfortunately. So I'm at 9 divinity. And I would defeat this monster. I would gain this card. On defeat, you free the Wolf Spirit and finds it follows you. Any player may take this card. Place this card under one of your powers. When that power activates, gain 1 die used back. You may use that die to activate another power. Limit 1 companion per player. You know what? I want to put it on Praying because, like, look at that. 1 die to activate this, and I gain 2 divinity. That is perfect. So every time I activate that now, I will get my die back. Cool. Let us go to the next encounter. And I'm going to stop reading the flavor. I'm already like losing my voice, so I'm going to just kind of skip over the flavor text from now on. Sorry guys. Sorry everyone out there. This thing has 20 health and is a lot. It deals 1 damage to the party. The special is the general gathers magic slowly but surely for a devastating attack. At the start of every 4th round, deals 6 damage to all players. Special, Knight. This monster special triggers at the end of every 3rd round too. Wow. So we're gonna have to kill this thing before round 3. Good thing we have the vessel to go. Let's see if it's Knight. It is Knight, so we definitely want to kill this thing before round 3. You may discard this card to allow the party to refresh without spending morale 1 time. So, cool. So we're going to set this to 20. And he does have armor, so we need to do 21. And he's going to do 2 damage to the party. So, awesome. The special triggers at the end of every 3rd round too. Okay, that is not cool. And I would have, so this would still be exhausted, but from the last encounter of defeating a monster, I would unflip these 2. So this would still be exhausted because I'm not spending morale. So this is at 21, and I want to explain the vessel now. So her passive is deal yourself any amount of damage to gain that many divinity. If you have 3 or more divinity, you may flip your roll card at the end of the round and become the vessel. This 3 will change to 5 because you lose 4 divinity at the start of each round, so it's impossible. We changed this part but forgot. The passive on the vessel is each of your attacks deal +3 damage, but you no longer gain divinity. When the vessel flips, if you're still in combat, you take 3 damage. If a combat ends and you're still the vessel, you flip the vessel and take no damage. So you really want to kill something the moment you become vessel. So you can't use it in the first round of combat because you have to trigger it at the end. So we're going to definitely activate at the end of this round to try to kill this Knight Army General. So let's roll our dice. And let's do this. So 20 health. And we could go for some damage prevention if we have to, like if it does get to round 3, because triggers at the end of round 3. So what we would do is, like, say he's about to do 6 damage. The strategy is, if we feel like at the end of round 2 we're not going to kill him in round 3, what we would do is we would do nothing. We would use morale at the end of round 2, do nothing in round 3 if we feel like we won't be able to kill this Knight Armor General in round 3. Take the 6 damage, spend morale, unflip everything, take 6 damage in round 4, unflip everything, and try to go for the kill in round 5 and 6. So, cool. I think that will work. Alrighty. Let us begin. We have a strategy, and I'm definitely going to be using some divinity here, and I'm going to be doing that now. I'm going to be spending 6 divinity to deal 6 damage. So he's immediately going down to 15. But this will go down to 3. I need to build back up for the vessel, though. So remember praying now. If I use a 4, we get that die back, so that is awesome. This can prevent the damage that we would take this turn if we can get it. But that's a lot of die investment. I think that's a good idea, though, because then I can try to burn him down in the vessel next turn. We would gain 2 divinity. So I would need a 6/6, 3/3, 3. Yeah, I can do that actually without even re-rolling it. This is nice. I hit that. And then 5. If you activate this ability without using rerolls, so I gain 5 divinity, so I'm at 8 now. We'll prevent 2 damage. Basically, he's going to do 2, so now he's dealing no damage to us. We flip this. I'm going to try to go for praying here, because that would be great to gain that last 2 divinity, so we go into the final fight. Yeah, nice, look at that, boom. And guess what, this die returns back to us because of the wolf spirit. This will exhaust, and I can put this will put us at 10 divinity. I can trigger this ability well, dealing 1 damage. I'll go down to 14. Well, I definitely want to use darkness, even though I'm preventing damage. It was kind of worthless to prevent the damage, but we did gain a lot of divinity from it, so it was just worth gaining divinity. He deals no damage. Let's spend the morale, unflip everything, and we will now go to the second round of combat. Remember at round 3, the end of round 3, that's going to happen. Oh, at the end of the round, I'm going to flip this to become the vessel. So let's begin the second round now. And this immediately drops 4, so it's at 6. So remember, all my attacks are dealing +3 damage. Like, this ability's multi-attack 3, so it would deal +9 damage. So I really want to go for this. Cool. If I can get it, you know. Like, I'm rolling really well today because I got this without even re-rolls. So you can't gain divinity when you're in the vessel, so it's pointless to use these. But they do have, like, oh, if you're the vessel, instead deal 1 damage. If you're the vessel, instead deal 5 damage. So I will just trigger this. This deals 6 damage with multi-attack 3. So I'll split it into 3 attacks, 2, 2, 2. And it would deal +9 because you're dealing +3 for each attack. So it is dealing 15 damage. So it's through 1 armor. He'll take 14 damage, and he has 14 health. So the Knight Armory General will perish, and we have conquered him in round 2. The vessel is very strong. Again, it's the end of the combat. If the combat ends and we win, we just flip it back. But if the combat ends and you like botch and you don't get any abilities activated, it's very bad, because if you're still in combat, you take 3 damage, and whatever damage he's doing, you might just start losing powers. So yeah, you may discard this card to allow the party to refresh without spending morale 1 time. Cool. So this would have exhausted. I would get to unflip it because of the healing effect from killing him. So I got a bunch of like these 1-time effects now, so I'm pretty happy with those. And we still have 6 divinity. So another thing is, I may make it so when the vessel ends, you automatically go to 0 divinity. So I think that's the right decision, so I may write that in to the rules of her. So yeah, so now we are at the Tree of Wishes. The Tree of Wishes. Choose 1. You eat the fruit, finding yourself rejuvenated. Gain 2 morale. 1 player gains this card, and its Leafy Crowned ability. The Leafy Crown ability, each ability you activate makes a separate attack, dealing 1 damage. Holy crap, that is extremely good for her, because that works really well for the vessel. Yes, I'm going to... Oh, well, I have to see if it's day or night. It might not even... I need a 5 or a 6 to get the good stuff. Damn. So 1, so it's night. So the party gains this card, and I can do gain 2 morale, or I gain this card, then the Necklace of Branches. The party may discard this card to allow each party member to activate 1 of their powers for free. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get the necklace. I'll set it aside. And now I have something else. I think I'm going to just drop all these on Valentina later. Sounds fun. Okay, choose day or night. Oh, so this is another path choice. So we can go to card 10, or we can go to card 13. Take the opportunity and press forward. You can make a lot of progress while Valentina's forces are distracted. Defend the village. You must protect the people no matter the cost. I think I'll just press forward. So we'll skip cards here. 10, 11, and we'll go to 13. Hold on. Yeah, this just looks like a fun little thing. So I was trying to remember how the deck plays, but yes. Trap, flanked. As you rush forward, desperately trying to make your way closer. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to read the flavor. So day or night? Let's see. It is day. The beasts start attacking you from multiple sides at once, and you run forward trying to escape them. Each player must choose one of the following. No player may choose the same effect as another. Proceed to card 15 after. Attempt to distract the birds. Set aside 1 die for the next combat. Deal yourself 4 damage. I don't want to do that. Exhaust all of your powers. I don't want to do that. Replace all of your powers. I do not want to do that. Decrease morale by 1. I'm going to decrease morale by 1. And I have a trigger from morale reaching 21. Everyone takes 1 damage. So I will take 1 damage on... Let's go Divine Strike. And then we go to card 15. So we skipped the 3-eyed owl, because we're on to card 15, and another trap, Betrayed. Okay. So just, normal mode's pretty easy on this deck. Hard mode is really hard, so if you want a challenge, make sure you play the hard mode. We'll see how much morale I have at the end of this, but okay. It's supposed to, you know, not be, like, super hard. Because that's what the more difficult mode is for now, since we always have a normal and a hard mode now. In the original Catharsis, the decks are just all pretty hard. So we just want to, some people just want to play more casually. So I think it's good to put a normal and hard mode. But okay, I rolled a 1, so we do the night effect. You awaken to find yourself tied up. Maybe the guards thought the offering you up to Valentina would spare their village. Maybe they're working for her. Regardless, you will not wait to be killed. You fight against your bonds. Roll a die. So roll a die. I proceed to card 17. It says you struggle. Your struggle draws a predator. 17. So we skip over 16 because that was part of the previous card. 17 are scavenger wolves. 17. Oh yeah, that's right. So we do have to fight the scavenger wolves. So let's roll a die to see if it's day or night. It is night. The increases monsters damage by +1, 2, 3, 4. It does 2 to the party, so now it's dealing 4 damage to the party. Wow. Okay, great. And it has 1 armor. So, cool. Let's try to see what we can do here. Alright, let's roll our dice and do what we can. And you have the option to use morale at the end of traps and events. I just didn't want to use it just for this this 1 card here, so it's okay. Mistakes maybe were made. Okay, I'm going to definitely go for a... I want to go for a straight reroll because I really want to get the 4 because I get the die back. Oh my god, I'm so greedy. Okay, well, change of plans. We are just going here. We are dealing 4 damage. And we gain 3 divinity. So we're at 9 divinity. And we deal 4 damage, 3 because we gotta get to the armor. So he's, this wolf is at, 4 damage, 11 does 3 at 8. I use those, okay. I don't know why I set that on the side. So this will exhaust. I'll go for a reroll here. 5 and 6. So I will spend 1 divinity to adjust this to a 4. I'm just going to kind of show something off here. So now this will go down, this will flip. I'll gain this die back. I'm not going to activate any other power. This goes up to 10, because if I do, I'll be in a lot of trouble. Okay, so this monster's at 8. I'm at 10 divinity. I don't think I'll use the vessel, but I'll just spend divinity through my work roll card. Well, now I'm taking 4 damage, unfortunately. Oh, I am so sorry. Before I even do that, I'm going to backtrack here because we are bound, so I need to roll a 2 and a 6. Okay, so we are unbound. I forgot to read special, and I was talking about that before. There's another special. During the first round of combat, all players are bound and cannot activate powers. So, sorry, let us backtrack. I'm very sorry about that. There's 3, yep, okay. And let's backtrack. So we're going to take 4 damage. But we do break free. We're going to spend morale. He's back to 12. I just want to play fairly. It's my fault for forgetting that. Sorry. And now we're going to spend that morale down to 20. We're going to unflip, and Knight is brutal on this person. But now we have a little more to work with here. So okay. Now we may not get a good ability activation. Immediately activate this, flip, get this die back. Gain 2 divinity. So we do have a 4. Do we have a 2, a 4, and 2 questions? Or we could go, we could just do this. This is a little bit stronger. Yeah. And this will put us at max divinity, so I'll activate this. Deal 4 damage. So put us at max divinity. So we'll go down to 9. No, 8. Sorry. It was at 11 actually. So, and we still have 2 dice, so I'm going to do a straight reroll. 3, 4. It's 3, 6. So, I just want to show how it feels to lose a power in this game, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to spend 1 divinity and adjust a die to any value. I mean, I wouldn't not normally do this, it's dumb, but I'm going to gain, so I lose 1, I'm going to gain 2. Discard this power to deal 5 damage. This only works on bosses, can't do that. So boom. I do 2 damage, he's down to 6. Okay, now he's going to do 4 damage, and this is where I would flip everything over. Then I would permanently lose 1. I like this ability because I can discard it later. I haven't been using it, but I can discard it later to deal 5 damage to a boss. I think I'm going to get rid of Goddess Power. It's really cool because it raises morale by 1, and you can replace this power to gain, and they replace effect. They both replace, and you get some awesome effect. And it has multi-attack 3. I did use it with the Vessel. I don't think I want to get rid of that. Last Resort is really easy to activate, so I don't really want to get rid of that. You know what? I think I will get rid of Requiem, because in the bottom you have to spend 4 divinity to deal 8 damage, but it doesn't exhaust. But I don't really want to spend divinity because I'd rather just use it for the Vessel. So you can't, spend divinity when you're in the Vessel or gain it. So this ability sucks when you're in the Vessel. So I'll set this on the bottom of my deck, or it would normally go into discard pile, I just don't have room, and there's no discard interaction with these characters, so I think that's fine. I'm going to spend morale now, and so we will be spending morale. We'll unflip everything. We'll go down to 19. Disregard these colors. They work for some of the cards and not for, because there's 3 darkness cards. Cool. So 19, down to 19, we unflip everything, and we're going to roll. So I just need to do 6 damage. You know what? I'm tired of this. I'm going to spend 6 divinity to deal 6 damage. He's at 6, so go down to 1. And all I have to do is just get a 4. I'll get a 4 to gain 2 divinity, get that die back, and put a 4 here, and I will do 1 damage, and I'll gain 1 divinity. So this will go up to 6, and then I will heal 2 for killing a monster. There's no on defeat with this monster, so we just continue forward in the deck. So we go to 18. Death Village. Alright, day or night, let's go. 1, night. Choose 1. Oh, it's day and night, so there is no, when it says day and night, you just, choose based on what you feel. So, Death Village is very flavorful. He's basically this really powerful creature. We can politely pass on his offer, proceed to card 20. Rudely pass on his offer, roll a die, and the 1 all party members take 1 damage. He draws you closer to death and punishment for your impudence before leaving. On a 6, he finds your attitude refreshing and takes some of your death from you. It doesn't make sense to you, but all players heal 1. Proceed to card 20. Such a being should not be allowed to exist. You fight the death dealer. You know, I'm gonna fight him because this guy's horrible. This person. Cool. Okay, so he only has 12 health, so not too bad. His armors. Oh, he's got. Let's see if it's day or night. It is night. Awesome. He's got 3 armor because it's night. He gets 2 base plus 1. At the end of each round, each player places one of their powers on this monster. This monster's damage is increased by plus 1 for each power on it. So he's doing 3 damage. At the end of the round, he's going to be doing 4 the next round. Okay, and night. Abilities that prevent damage or heal instead deal damage to the party. So we can't prevent damage or heal. On defeat, we retrieve our powers back. Cool. Let's go. 2-2. Okay, I kind of want to. Not sure if we can kill him in the first round. We'll see. Okay, 2. Alright, well, this is what I'm gonna do here. Got 3 armor. I think we're just gonna do what we can here. I'm straight reroll. I want to get this divinity. He's only doing 3 damage in the first round. Alright, well, I didn't get the divinity. Do I have a 3 and a 6? I do have a 3 and a 6. Let's do this. We'll deal 2 damage. Gain 2 divinity. So he's still got 1 armor, so we have done successfully nothing to him. Okay, I will spend 6 divinity to deal 6 damage. So I'll go down to 2. I go through the 1 armor now. He'll be at 7. This will exhaust. Okay. I'm going to reroll these. Cool. I do get this. Boom. 2 divinity. Exhaust. I can't activate another ability. Well, do I want to do that? Because I have all these dice. I probably do not want to do that. We can go for this. This deals. Boom. Now we deal 3 damage. We gain 3 divinity actually now. This is why we check our options. And we deal 3 damage, so he's down to 4. Okay, he's going to do 3 damage to us. So I'm just going to spend morale. Everything will unflip. We're down to 18. He's going to take one of our powers. We get to choose. He takes 1 power from each player. I'll give him Last Resort. I don't want to become the Vessel yet. I think this is fine. Doesn't have a lot of health to justify it. So... let's see. 4-4. 4-4. I mean, that would just do 1 damage. I mean, I guess still get through that armor. I could do 6 damage. Jeez, this is... I don't think I can kill him unless I spend my divinity. Alright, well, I'm gonna spend the 6 divinity here. Go down to 1. Bring him down to 1 health because I do 6 damage. Now I just need to do 1 damage. So what I'm going to do is just spend 3 wild die here. Activate this, so it's any 3 die. Now I'll exhaust this. So I'm going to be able to unheal in a second anyways. Gain 2 divinity. He's defeated. And he gives an awesome, very cool effect. So on defeat, you set this card aside, you retrieve your powers and set this card aside. I get my power back, cool. And anytime a player activates an ability requiring 3 or more dice and makes at least 1 attack, one of those attacks gains +1 damage. The party may choose to flip this card to deal 3 damage to a monster or boss. It unflips when the party spends morale. Cool. I'm going to put that right here because I'm going to be flipping that every round to do 3 damage. So you do a harder path and you get a nice card to go with it. So now we're at 20. Trap. Roll die. So day or night. It is day. Roll again. 5. The trap is weak and you're easily able to break free. Nothing happens. Cool. If it was a 1 to 3, a random player exhausts 2 powers. If they do not have 2 unexhausted powers, they must instead discard a power. Knight, we would have lost 2 morale, discard a power, or take 4 damage. So, yeah, that's bad. Guard's Request. Cool. Let's see. Oh, we don't need to roll for day and night. So we proceed to card 22. On hard mode, you must choose this option. Well, we don't have to choose that option. Let's proceed to 24 then. The Lonely Road. So, the road is tough and you're getting tired. So, oh wait, we need to roll for day or night. It is day. So the road's rough and you're getting tired. You encountered nothing of note. It's decreased morale by 1. So we hit 17. The next encounter is automatically night, it says. So, the Gatekeeper. This is not the next encounter because it doesn't have a night or day effect. The next encounter that we should roll for it. So, let's see. He wants us to choose one. Agree to give him something of value. Each player chooses and then proceeds to card 27. Or we can fight him. I think I'm going to give him something. So, I'll choose to decrease the morale by 3. So, we could give him a die. You may not participate in the player attack phase during the first round. So let's decrease the morale. So we go down to 14. It's kind of a... So we're down to 14. So we skip the Gatekeeper. He's not too tough. Oh, cool. So we're at the trap, the stairway. We're almost to the deck. We still got 14 morale left. So as you can see, the easy mode is not too difficult. Or normal mode. Okay, so roll die for day or night. 6. So it is day. We've been... Oh, nope, this is automatically a night encounter because of the last morale effect. Because it says the next boss deck card is automatically night encounter. So roll a die. On a 1 to 4, each player takes 1 point of damage, and the party must roll again. Otherwise, proceed to card 28. Before making a roll, the party may decrease morale by 2. So... what I think I'm going to do is just decrease the morale by 2 because what if I roll like, 5 4s in a row, 1 to 4, and I start losing powers? I do not like my odds because I'm horrible at rolling. The party may decrease morale by 2 to continue to card 28. So we'll go down to 12, and each player must immediately exhaust 2 powers for each player who cannot lower morale by 1. So I'll exhaust Last Resort and Divine Strike. And then we'll go to the next card. It is Valentina. Let's read her flavor, actually. The woman before you is a combustion of refined elegance and madness mixed with a kind of body whore you thought reserved for the hells. All things considered, she is fairly lucid, but you can see that existing in her state was worn away. And her state has worn away all compassion for others. Sorry, my reading is way off today. All that's left is a being of destruction, projecting outward her self-loathing. Something is preventing her from achieving her own death. Fortunately for her, you're here to correct that problem. So let's kill her. She's got 20 health. And we're going to do this fight on night because I just want to do it on the hardest possibility here. So let's do it on night. So on night, Valentina's magic. The boss attack phase occurs before the player attack phase. So on normal mode, we proceed to ending 2. On hard mode, you proceed to card 31. There's actually another encounter on hard mode. So, cool. So there's... Sorry, I'm checking something real quick. I know I have these bonus cards, but I'm going to avoid using them unless I have to. They're more for like the hard mode. So, I'm just checking something. Give me 1 moment. Proceed ending 3, 4. Okay, cool. I was just checking endings here because we will do the ending later. Okay, and then we pull out her special. So she has 2 armor plus the 1 bonus. She does 2 damage each round, and I resolve card 30. So when Valentina attacks, the party chooses one option they have not chosen before. So you have to choose one of these effects, and they're all really bad. All players permanently lose a die. All players discard a power. Deal the party 2, 5, 9 damage. Deal 1 player 3, 5, 7, 9 damage. All players set aside 2 dice this combat round. Yeah, that is not cool. So, yeah, okay, let's do this. Let's get this divinity up and start this. So, I'll grab this, put this here. Only 20 health. Cool. Once we get to 10 morale, though, all monsters and bosses gain armor. Ugh, God. Okay, so right now she's going to be doing 2 damage to me plus her magic. So I'm going to put this here. I can't really activate many powers here. I'm only going to activate 1 power because it's too risky to activate more because I will lose 1 permanently. I'm going to definitely flip this. So I'm going to try to just get some divinity and do some damage here because I want to build up for the vessel here. Okay, yeah, 6. If I activate this without using rerolls, I'll get more divinity, so I want to do that. So what I'm going to do is just spend 1 divinity, because I'll get it back anyways. And there's no risk then. And then we're going to activate this, and we're going to gain 4 divinity. So we're going to deal, guess what, 1 damage to her. So she's at 19 because we got through that armor. Awesome. So it'll be a fun fight. So put this here. Cool. So she's going to do 2 damage to it. This will exhaust, and she's going to do 2 damage to us. Valentina is brutal. But we need to resolve this card as well. So, let's see. What is the 10 morale effect? Alright, so I'm at 12 morale. If I choose to lose 3 morale now, I'll go to 9. I don't really want to do that. Okay, well, yeah, this fight is actually going to be really tough. So, I'm going to set aside 2 dice this combat round. I really don't have a better option. I don't want to lose it. Oh, I would flip this to deal 3 damage, sorry. So, 16. Because, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to set aside 2 dice for this combat round. So, that effect is crossed off, so we can't choose that one again. And I'm going to spend morale. We go down to 11. 10, things get bad because she gains even more armor. So she did 2 damage to us. Because of her plus 1 damage for Knight. Yeah, Knight is horrible. So, cool. I do have these, so let's check it. This party may discard this card to allow a party member to activate one of their powers for free. May use that. You may discard this to allow the party to refresh without spending morale 1 time. I'm going to use this for the next round. You may discard this card during a future combat to gain 2 wild dice or to prevent 1 morale loss. Okay, I have an idea, so yeah, let's do that. I'm going to use these 2 the next round. I said I wasn't going to use them, but now I am, because this is looking dicey. So let's do this, boom, flip this. So we gain 2 divinity, deal 8, go to 8. I will be activating the vessel at the end of the round. Gain this back. Let's activate this and deal 1 damage. She's down to 2 armor. And I mean, there's not anything I can actually do. I guess I don't have to activate this. Hold on. I could go for... Yeah, I'm gonna actually go for this. Do a reroll 4. Look at that. So I do... she'll take 2 damage. She'll be down to 14. We're going to gain 3 divinity here. So I'll just go to 10. It's fine. Boom. We're at 10. So she's going to deal 2 damage to us. We're going to flip this to deal 3 damage. So let's see what we got here. You may discard this card to allow the party to refresh without spending morale. No, I think I will spend morale this turn. You may... Okay. Yeah, I think that's the right decision to make. So I'm going to discard this to prevent spending morale to refresh. I'm going to refresh. So everything on flips. I'm going to choose to go to the vessel at the end of the round. So next round's going to be good. So she's at 11. So we unflip everything. Everything's unflipped. And then this I can discard to prevent 1 morale loss. So we're gonna, well, I don't think I'll do that yet. Let's go to her magic card. We get our dice back. So we can't choose that one again. I would have had to resolve this before I got to unflip my powers, but I'm not going to choose one that would affect me in that way. Oh, this combat round, yep. Deal 1 player 3 damage, deal. So what I'm going to choose is all players discard a power. I'll choose to lose Divine Strike. So Divine Strike will go away. I'll put Divine Strike on the bottom. And I will lose the morale. We will go to 10 morale. So she has 4 armor now. Awesome. So, okay, now she has 4 armor. We're down to 4 powers. And we're going to be able to fight her now. So, 4 powers. We're the vessel, so come on, let's do this. I could definitely kill her if I used a wild die from the bandit, but I want to play this out without it, so let's have some fun. Go down the wire. I really want to get this down here, so I need 3 of a kind. Remember, I can't adjust the die, so I'll keep these 2. Because this is multi-attack 3. I would kill her this round if I get this, because I would do 15 damage. So I'm going for it. I'm going for it all. I need a... I got the 5. I just need... Wait. No, that's wrong. I got the 5. Did I have a straight? I have a straight, right? No, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I literally have a straight. Oh, cool. Wow. So, my lucky number. No, I'm gonna go keep the 5 because we need the 5. Let's just go for that straight. Okay, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, we just need a 1 here. We just need a 1. We could keep the 6s, but I prefer to keep the 1s. I know it's gonna backfire here. Ah, yes, we got the 1. So we're gonna do 6 damage, multi-attack 3. So 6. 9, we're going to do 15 damage, and she's going to go down to 0. Nice. So we do kill her, and we still have 2 of our cool powers left over here that we didn't even use. So on normal mode, we proceed to ending 2. So I think I have it over here. So on hard mode, you have to fight 2 monsters at once. You also fight her right hand, who has 17 health. And just so you know, it's down to about 10 morale. So on hard mode, you can see like, oh, we have to also fight this, and we have to fight about 4 more monsters throughout the deck, and then we have to fight our soul at the end. Yeah, hard mode is extremely difficult, and I do not try it the first time, just enjoy the deck the first time. So, sorry, we go to ending 2. So there's multiple endings, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Valentina defeated. If cards 28 and 31 are not set aside. Okay, yes, ending 2. So, true victory. If card 28 is set aside, but not card 31. If both cards 28 and 31 are set aside, you get absolute victory. So, let's do Valentina defeated. I'll read the ending and we'll be done. Valentina is defeated, her body blooming, splitting and reforming, and its futility tries to prevent her dissolution. But unfortunately for her, the damage you've dealt is more than her magics can repair. You see her flesh evolve into some shape that you're very much hoping you will forget in the near future, but you suspect they will haunt your nightmares. Your victory feels hollow, though. Valentina has unleashed all of her stored horrors before you fought her, and and the region is devastated. The people you set out to save are almost all dead, their souls trapped in Valentina's horrid constructs. As you wander back through the towns and outposts, you find nothing but slowly decomposing corpses. Although a few have been ravaged by the warped animals still in the area, there is nothing to do but to leave this land behind. Eventually people will revisit the area. They will clear out all the bones of the dead and rebuild using the collapsed shells of the buildings and the tales about the mysterious horrors that once walked the land. And decades and maybe centuries later even, these stories will become a little more than folk tales. And none of those stories will mention you or your struggles to prevent the very thing from happening. Perhaps that is for the better. Who wants to be cast as an incompetent hero in a story? Or perhaps it is for the worse. as they will not have the reminder to fight against evil, even if they're not fully successful. Time will tell. So ending 4 is like absolute victory. If Ninon's in the party, he can like do some really cool stuff, and if Ninon's in the party, you get a special ending 5 or 6 based on your choice. So yeah, that is Catharsis, Divine Wrath in a nutshell. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I do know this went really long. If you have any questions, just comment below. And I hope you appreciate the video and the time I spent in doing this. It's really fun. And if you have, like I said, if you have any questions, just comment below. And yeah, give this deck a try. Sagas Chapter 1. Jump in normal mode or the hard mode and give it a go. I think you'll really enjoy it. Take care, be well, and see you on the Kickstarter, or just at conventions or anything. Take care. Bye.